We are in Gibraltar, Great Britain, or if you're a Beatles fan, Gibraltar near Spain. Welcome to Guest Adventures, where everyone is a guest, including me. This is where the Atlantic Ocean meets the Mediterranean Sea and the Straits of Gibraltar as well. That temple was built by a Saudi prince. We are on Europa Road on our way up to the Rock of Gibraltar, World War II tunnels.
Okay, so now we're driving in a northerly direction. This cloud looks quite nasty, but in fact this is a cloud which has been created by the easterly winds. We have two trade winds, generates easterly and westerly. Easterly brings this horrible cloud, which is bringing the warm air from the Mediterranean. It's hitting the Rock of Gibraltar, it's climbing very quickly, and condensing, creating this horrible black cloud. It won't rain though, it never rains this cloud, but you can see how it's blue. On that side it's blue, this is how blue it is right. Yeah. So it's just because of the height of the rock, it is created that sort of horrible cloud. But when the wind comes from the west, it's a lot cooler. There's air from the Atlantic.
That is Paul, our driver and tour guide. That's our rattling window.
Ships, yeah. If you come, maybe we find people Spain. Yeah. From the bus, the bus, yeah. I'll give you your options later on. Later. Remind me later. Okay, we're going to take the next corner now and we're going to start climbing the Rock of Gibraltar. Yes. The problem with these buses, they're very noisy. Sometimes I struggle to shout at the back, so I'm going to start explaining things to you now. Okay, so look to our left. The port of Algeciras is in the sun now. That's the ferry port to Africa. Below us, Roja Bay, where the HMS Victory came to rest after the Battle of Gibraltar of 1805. Those of you on the left of the bus can also see the dry docks, ship repair. I can see your cruise ship as well in front of us, over there.
Right there.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It's cruise ship
Now,
right
our
there.
next stop will be the monkeys, hopefully. So we're in search of monkeys.
And the gray ship is the
It's not
military
on the sign in
vehicle,
case you
naval
don't see
vehicle.
any. It's not guaranteed that monkey stop will have this panoramic views as well, okay? Look at the cable car in front of us. Look at the Spanish Pirates Wall going all the way to the top of Gibraltar. That's the wall I mentioned to you was built by the Spanish. To the left hand side, dry docks, the naval base, the dockyard. The dockyard, which is these triangular buildings below us, were very important is that the new dominant male doesn't want to look after somebody else's offspring. It's all about genes and genetics. So they will kill off all the babies. Okay? This doesn't happen in this type of pass on to dad, then pass on to other monkeys. And so that they all share the responsibility of care.
Oh. Oh, so cute.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
coming to visit. I'm
Well,
going
there
to
you
right
go.
up here.
Okay, that's
Please come to say hello. Look.
She's like, where's my tree?
Look at the beautiful view behind the ship. Look at that sailing boat coming in with 5 masts.
Yes.
yeah,
You see it?
beautiful.
He's got an itch. And with our cruise ship in the background, take a look at the city. Halfway up the Rock of Gibraltar. There's some cable cars over there. And when we take a look over here, that's where the naval ship is. And they close off that part of the harbor, so you can't get to the ship and attack it.
Please be careful, the floor is wet, so keep your nose.
That building with the point is His Majesty's Naval Base. And like any vacation we go on, there are more steps. City, and there are more steps. At least we have to go down the steps. Back to the overlook of the city. And the ship's all waiting for an assignment for something to do. And by Prince Ferdinand's Battery, we have another monkey having a feast. Over here is some water for them to drink. Cable car should be arriving. This is where they pass, so this has got to be the halfway point. Just taking a look at some of the interesting shapes of the buildings. And this is interesting, and there's the mortar that was cut into the wall. And we are getting ready to go into the tunnels, the World War II tunnels of Gibraltar. Some information to read.
Okay, we'll go to this one on there. Get your bracelet scanned. And once you get your bracelet scanned, we'll meet up here. I was waiting. It's a lot easier for me to talk to because I passed really loud. Okay, so this is the map of where we are at the moment. Gibraltar, as I said, has 33 miles or 52 kilometers of tunnel inside the rock of Gibraltar. These were all built to defend and protect Gibraltar over the era, okay, over different eras. The first tunnels in Gibraltar were built back in 1779. From 1779 to 1783, the Great Siege tunnels were built by hand using crowbar and pick and a little bit of explosives, which they had in leather pouches, which helped them along the way. But it was done by physical hard labor. After that tunnel was built, they kept on building tunnels. But then, just before the Second World War, there was a massive acceleration in the building because their plan was to be inside the Rock of Gibraltar. This is where all the soldiers would live and work, obviously, and sleep inside the tunnels. So we're here at the moment, and our tour will now take us all the way into the first junction, and then we're going to walk all the way to the other side up here. Okay? This is only one very small part of the tunnel system in Gibraltar. Remember, 33 miles or 52 kilometers is a lot of tunnel. Okay? So it's going to be a great experience. The weather, temperature inside here will remain all year round, around 16, 17, 18 degrees. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. But it's nice and cool at the moment. You've just come out, the bath's been quite warm, it's nice and cool. By the time you finish the tour later on, you will notice what it feels like to be inside the tunnel for hours, not weeks, not days, not weeks, not months. We'll be here for just under an hour. But you'll start feeling a little bit cold. You'll notice the difference in just an hour. So imagine what it would be like to live in these tunnels during the Second World War for up to 4 years. Okay, just come through here. The bathrooms will be there shortly. You start first of all, and you need the tunnel to take your. These photographs are photographs of the tunneling itself. They're using jet night in the Second World War to be able to blow up areas of the tunnel. Then they use drilling as well. And this building, this area here is called the WWII chambers. And WWII means the Royal Chamber and Mechanical Engineers Workshop. Okay? So we're going to be going inside here next. So here you see the runway of Gibraltar being built, and they're using gutters now, so the water that lands on the runway can be dispersed. Don't want the waterlogged air. So this and that's. Through the rock. The rock of Gibraltar is Jurassic limestone. It's not granite, so it's not as tough as granite, but it's still rock. So they were drilling, and obviously the men had to push, help the other one, because you need that strength to be able to move forward. So very difficult to tunnel through there. Can you go forward? This section displays the front pages of a lot of the newspapers that were around at the time. So we have the Evening Telegraph. You know, the headline was Italians invade Albania. We have Hitler marches troops into Vienna, Führer's deputy flies to Vienna. Then we have a new war threat appears in Europe. So we're talking about the Second World War. Nobody wanted war. The Spanish had come out of the Spanish Civil War. So Franco was a bit didn't know what to do. But Franco, Mussolini and Hitler were working together. Franco was a bit of a different story, but they worked together against the British. Intact. You can still find the American flag, you can still go to his office. It's quite a really nice place to go and visit. Very few people have visited it because you need special permission. That's Eisenhower's office, right inside the rock. Here you have General Franco, the Spanish dictator, meeting Hitler. This gentleman up there with Sir Winston Churchill, known as Macfarlane. Macfarlane, they called him Demolition Mac, was his nickname, because he actually raised the buildings to the ground just to have enough space to be able to fire guns over them. So he couldn't fire guns with buildings in front of them, so he had everything brought down. That's why they called him Demolition Mac. He wasn't very popular, obviously, because he destroyed all the that. That was Operation Tracer. I'll tell you about that a bit later on. So you can see the tunnel system within the Rock of Gibraltar. It was possible to go from anywhere you wanted to anywhere else without being seen. Gibraltar became like a massive horse of Troy. Up to 17,000 troops, 17,000 troops, in fact over 17,000, could live and work inside this tunnel system for years. So inside there were bakeries, they were for baking bread obviously, you had kitchens, there were hospitals with operating theatres, there were communication centres, every place moved against each other, and the rock came out from underneath. That's how Gibraltar was formed. Later on, if we're lucky and the lights are on,
In the tunnel are more steps.
Feel the dampness.
Yeah. Miners, they're all part of the cells. They can also use rifles, defend, but they had a specific role. You saw at the lighthouse, I told you about the coat of arms with the propeller. This was this gentleman. This is the man that died in that airplane crash. It took off and crashed on takeoff. Okay, and these are the people that were killed in that accident. This is a picture of the Polish Prime Minister Sikorski in exile in London, visiting the establishment here, visiting the tunnels and the defences. So come behind here, we have a whole section dedicated. This is my favourite section. This is, I think, which is most interesting. Okay. Here we have a photograph of this lady known as the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts was a German spy, okay, and she spied. She was in fact Spanish, and she spied for Germany, and she had a young daughter, and she would come to Gibraltar, very undercover with a 7-year-old daughter, and she had special permission to come in and out. And what her role was is very near Gibraltar. There's a place where the scuba divers in those days were to start walking up. Sorry? I know. Okay, you're through now. At its peak, Gibraltar had 681 guns in 110 batteries. So the amount of guns on the Rock of Gibraltar were incredible. And these are just some artifacts. This is how they cleaned the barrels of the guns. Look at the size of the shells. If anyone, it's quite a walk. If anyone on the way finds that they don't want to go all the way, you don't have to. You can wait, wait for us somewhere, wherever you want to. You can wait back at the coach if you want to. But we're going to make it slowly, but we need to walk all the way up here, okay? One centimetre of stalagmite is around 100 years. Form the water rocket. The rock of Gibraltar is porous, so as it rains, the rainwater filters through the porous rock. It creates a weak acid called carbonic acid, and that creates stalactite as being bread. Hospital. Washing dishes. And inside here, look inside here, you can see go to the house of the governor, you go to the truck, and right past the governor's house. Let's see how many people we can fit in. I can fit 22 people in here at least.
We are on a lookout point of the tunnels. You see the airport, you see the city.
Okay, EasyJet getting ready for takeoff. We only have flights to the United Kingdom from Gibraltar. The runway, as I said, is orientated in the east-west because those are our two main trade winds. Beyond the airport is the sandy land of Spain. That's Spain over there. That's La Línea, the Spanish neighbor city. Around 60,000 people live in La Línea. And there's a road that goes where the plane is now, there's a road that goes across the runway. Just 2 years ago, you could drive a car over that road. Today it's just a bicycle lane and a pedestrian footpath into Spain, all good. Well, sandy beaches to the right side here, and the eastern beaches.
See houses down there, some apartments, a football field, or as we call it, soccer. Alright, we are on our way out. That's the last that we're going to see inside this tunnel. These stairways to some other points of lookout. This is another one of those places that, until you come and see it, you don't really get the beauty of it or the volume of it or whatever in these tunnels. It's just amazing. The tunnels were originally dug by hand. This is Victory Walk. That's where we came up through. This is well worth the visit.
There's a wedding there. There's a wedding. Lots of weddings in Gibraltar. That's the house of the governor of Gibraltar on the left side.
Lives 3 miles away.
Gibraltar governor. And these are the locals where many famous people have got married before. Does anybody know what was the most famous wedding that ever took place in Gibraltar?
John Lennon, Yoko Ono.
Lennon Yoko Ono married in Gibraltar 1969. Sean Connery married in Gibraltar twice. It's cheaper and more expensive. It's more or less.
Yeah, Queen's Ball, residents.
You
got a lot of yourself.
Jewish synagogue on the right hand side. We have the King's Bastion on the left. Very important defense bastion in the 1800s. We're driving now parallel to Main Street. This is Main Street, Casement Square.
All right, we're back on the ship, back in our cabin, just about ready to go get something to eat for lunch. And that was a quick look at the tunnels of Gibraltar, World War II tunnels. It's interesting, much larger than I thought it was. Again, one of those things you just got to come to see to believe. But thanks for coming along on this guest adventure, where everyone's a guest, including me. See y'all in another video.